Good morning, sir. How are you today? I just took my shirt off, and you hear in the background, someone goes, dang. Nice little lady. And I'll admit, I'm ripped. I got a nice back. I'm jacked. But I didn't always think like that. For a long time. But this video isn't about that. Because you can easily get in shape and look your best. But what's most important is to realize that your greatest abnormality, your greatest imperfection is or could be the thing that you're here for. To create a way for others to live. I just read a book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about his son. His son was born with no ears. Literally, he had no holes in his skull to hear. But he said, no, my son is going to hear. My son is going to be like a normal kid. His son ended up growing up with the confidence and faith in himself developed by his dad at the very beginning, which we all don't have, which is okay too, because that could be another abnormality, another imperfection, another gift. And his son ended up being able to hear through the form of his hearing aid, like it just came to him like back in the early 1900s. And he ended up living a great life, normal life. And he ended up using his abnormality to his advantage to help other kids that were deaf and mute all throughout the world. Sort of like when I first started this channel. I remember I got this message from above that I was here to help other kids out with pectus excavatum, this hole in my chest. And I did so. And so it goes the same thing for any other abnormality. You see this big black building right here? That building is an ugly building. But that building is the building of divorce. That's where I went to court for getting divorced, which all started with my brokenness in my marriage, owning up to that and facing that. And that too was perhaps an even greater abnormality than the hole in my chest that I could turn into a purpose. And I haven't talked much about it as much as I've talked about my pectus excavatum, but there are also hundreds of thousands of millions of men going through divorce, suffering through their brokenness, and it's affecting their marriages and relationships and their minds and this and that, which could all stem from fucking having holes in their lives and et cetera, and perhaps not being born into a family with the leadership of that of Napoleon Hill, who, when his son was born with no ears, he would tell stories in his mind. He would press his mouth up against the baby's skull, telling him stories of confidence and courage. And, maybe we all didn't have that. And so, but still, even that can be a gift too. I know when I became a father, I realized a lot that I didn't have growing up, right? Or a lot that I didn't learn. So from when my kids were babies, I was instilling in them to conquer challenges, to, that they could do anything. you know, and I would always push them and make them resourceful and teach them everything that I know, which I became that way because I didn't receive that growing up. All right. So your greatest abnormalities, your greatest imperfection, whether it's a hole in your chest, not having ears, getting through divorce, through your brokenness, is all your greatest gifts. That when you conquer, you can help others conquer as well. So start looking at your imperfections as the reasons that you're here for, to help others live. And I mean live by living happily, expressively, joyfully, lovingly, to live. That's what it's all about. We were born to live abnormal, baby.